Hello, YouTube. This is Keith, Kevin, Ken. I'm Kevin. How you doing? How you doing? Hope everything's going well. It's Tuesday, January 2nd, 2017. First work day, official work day of the new year. Off of my second 3-day weekends. Oh, it's rainy, it's dark. But man, I'm feeling okay. At least I had 2 3-day weekends, 2 holidays. Hope everybody's over all of their residual effects from New Year's Eve. Hope everyone's doing great. Let's start off this new year with another pocket dump deconstruction. What you see in front of you is what I'm going to pack my dress up clothes with for my first day back at work after the 3-day weekend. I took a bunch of pictures. I'm going to post them on Instagram later this afternoon when I get a chance around lunchtime, noonish, 1ish, 2ish. The Instagram is at Keith Kevin King. Come join the feed. Come on, it's free. You need to be a part of Instagram anyway if you love knives. There are so many pictures of knives and collections, knife makers, knife collectors. I love when the custom knife makers are showing you knives while they're being created. Just a wonderful thing. So come join the fun on Instagram. And don't forget, I'm at Keith Kevin Ken, just like this YouTube channel. I turned my iPhone 6S Plus. No, I didn't get the 7. Waiting for the 7 Plus. From photo to video, now it's time for us to continue our daily pocket dump deconstructions. I'm wearing my Rolex Precision. Just a nice, simple Rolex, wind-up Rolex. I think it's the simplicity of it all is really nice. This is the kind of watch that, first of all, you don't need winders for automatics. You don't need to replace a battery. You don't need all of that. What you need to do is what people have done with watches for a very long time. Just wind it. Use that stem to wind it. This is one of those watches that is nice. It's classy in its simplicity. And then someone glances. They don't say anything, but they see that Rolex and they go, understated guy. I really like that. Actually, when I strap that on, I know I'm in business. More times than not, I'm wearing that on a Monday morning. If you guys ever notice, that means game on. Time to enter that rat race. The Cuban cigars, Vagaros, that's how Vagaros, sorry about that. That's how I pronounce it. Just a nice short smoke. Man, I had some wonderful cigars over these past 3 days. Ugh. That's a wonderful cigar as well. This is my Shone Design pen. Shone, SCHON _ design DSGN. No, I'm not sponsored. No, we do this for free. As a nice hobby, but I'll tell you, I love this pen. Someone gave me a comment over either the pocket dump deconstruction yesterday or the day before, or the day before that during the weekend, and said, hey, I noticed you don't have any pins. Well, actually, I do. And they're Shone Design pins. For years and years and years, I just used my company pins, nothing fancy. And then I found these Shone Design pins made in Massachusetts. Just simple. This is the full tie version. Just simple and wonderful. Sturdy. I just really like it. Gives you that little heft. Let's see. Today we're going to do just some blended scotch. This is my thin Mont Blanc, one of the thin. I have a couple of them. then Mont Blanc wallets. And then, let's see, where are we? I like good things, but I like good things that last. Most of the things you guys will be seeing, whether it's the Rolex, whether it's this, that, this, depending on the coins. This is a newer coin. All of those things I've had for literally decades. Okay? Some of these things are older than the people watching this video. I was a consultant, pretty successful one. And so a lot of this stuff I bought because I was a consultant. You know, you had to look good. And I bought a lot of variety of things because depending on the client, some of them want you to be fancy. Some of them didn't like you being fancy. So, but I love this stuff. I think things like, whether it's the Mont Blanc or the Rolex or this or any or that, any of the things that have lasted for a very long time, what I love about it, and that's why I love vintage classic Spydercos as well. Things that last a long time and still have their use and still keeps that luster. I love it. I just do. That's the stuff that, frankly, my son and daughters will have. Maybe even my grandsons will have. And that's just nice. I wish I had things from my grandfather and father. I do have a watch from my father that he gave me. That I can touch. Anyway, the coin is a Mark Twain coin. It was representing 100 years of Mark Twain, 2016 from the U.S. Mint. Let's see here. Let's take the knives I'm carrying off. This is my Coach pad. Again, had that during my consulting days. Nothing was better than just pulling that thing. You know how much money this little simple thing made me? Again, just pull it out. My thing has always been asking someone if they have an extra pin. Hey guys, I know all these fancy lines. I love all the videos and stuff, all the comedians talking about pickup lines. I don't think there has been a woman YouTuber who hasn't done one of those, you know, what's your favorite pickup line kind of things. But hey, old school. Write this down, young folks. Old school, right? Have a pad, whether it's this, whether it's a field notes. That's why I always carry a pad. Even on the weekends when I don't carry a pen. And I'll tell you why. You be somewhere in a bar or something. Ask someone, hi, I'm Kevin. I almost said hi, I'm Kevin. Can I borrow a pen? Oh, sure. Let me see. Purse. Okay, guys, I know. I'm going to get ready. I'm going to get through this. Purse and everything. You take it, say thank you. You use the pen, you give it back, go, I'm sorry, what's your name? Well, thank you, Karen. That's a conversation starter. It's not funny, it's not this, it's not that, it's just simple. Not only that, you're classy. Writing down stuff in a notepad. It's conversation starter. What was that all? Hey, I'm just telling you. Maybe that's why I'm 57 years old and single. Huh? I'm so good with the pickup lines. Let's talk about this carry. I'm loving this carry. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. This is one of those carries that, I don't know. This could be on Blade magazine, right? This is a good carry by some very good makers. This right here is my Spyderco Sprint Run Jester. I'll tell you, I was lucky enough to find the Jester in this Sprint Run with the gray G10. Oh man, steel liners, it has heft to it. I have a Jester with FRN scales, fiberglass reinforced nylon. Hey, I love how Spyderco does their FRN scales. They are almost indestructible. They're just so light. I call it, it feels like, space age plastic. But there's something about a hefty little knife too. And this has a little weight on it. Very well balanced. That gray G10. Strong back lock, whether it's on the FRN scales or not. But man, it just feels nice. I was lucky enough to find this one. And I had seen them for years. Didn't pick them up because they're always way too expensive. And then I picked up, I finally got this year a man bug as well. And man, they're just great. Great as keychain knives as well. Substantial, look pretty, and useful as well. I really like this. This has a 1.9 inch blade, VG10 steel. Like I said, it's a sprint run. Sprint runs for Spyderco are limited edition knives, usually around 1,000. I know there are some. Usually I get something where someone says, the such and such sprint run was 800. I know. Or the other thing was 1,112. I get it. That's why I say around 1,000 or so. It depends on how well this is. Remember, it's a special run of a knife. And so sometimes those special runs come into complications. When Spyderco did this year, not this year, sorry, last year, 2016. In 2016, when they released their 40th anniversary native, wonderful full carbon fiber, just beautiful carbon fiber, wonderful Damascus on it. And then they said, we're going to do one without the Damascus blade as a production knife. Well, after they did the 40th anniversary, we didn't hear about that production knife. And it's not in the 2017 catalog. They forgot that. I think they had some trouble with that production. I don't even know the numbers of the 40th anniversary native, but I don't see those popping around. Maybe people are just saving them and collecting them, but that's what happens. Sometimes, they have to cut it short. But this is really a nice knife. That is the Spyderco Sprint Run Jester. Hey, if you want a smaller knife, keychain knife, something to drop in your purse or your pants pocket, the Jester is nice, and that FRN scale one is really nice. Light, durable. Yeah, it's my favorite. Yes, I'm in love with the Inkosi from Reeve. I am. It's very, very nice. Inkosi is chief in Zulu. Chris Reeve likes to name his knives Zulu names since he's from South Africa. How about that? And let's see. Oh, I love this knife. This is this knife I stayed up late trying to scheme to get one of these from Blade HQ. I have the entire series of these. They are Chris Reeve carbon fiber inlaid Sabenzas and now Inkosi. I wanted this small Inkosi to add to my collection. The problem was Blade HQ was only offering 15 small Inkosis with the inlays and 15 large Inkosis with the inlays. The good news is they made them very collectible because they were limited. Also, they put a number on them. I got number 10. I swear I thought I was getting number 1. I was there so quick. But there you have it. You can tell it's a Blade HQ exclusive because there's Blade HQ. First, the number. All of the Chris Reeve carbon fiber inlays are Blade HQ exclusives. But also, they have a nice Blade HQ lanyard with a special bead. You guys know how much I love the Inkosi. I call it the small 25. Sabenza 25. Chris Reeve never released a small Sabenza 25. I just love it. Smaller than a small Sabenza 21. Small Sabenza 21 around 2.9 inches long. This is 2.75 inches, so it's slightly smaller. But man, is it hefty. The exact same profile of the 25. Of course, the washers are huge. That's a change. The lock bar is bigger. That's a change. The pivot is huge. That's a change. And the real visible change. Well, first, if you're talking about a small Inkosi, here's the first visible change. It's a small 25. No such thing existed. So you know it's an Inkosi. Plain and simple when you talk about the small one. When you're getting to the larger one, it's harder. You're not going to see the washers. You can look close to the washers, but if you're ordering online or something, the pivot is big, but it doesn't show as much unless it's next to another one. This is where you tell the difference. Sabenza 21, Sabenza 25s, Umnumzuns. Chris Reeve has the clip flush, going in the exact same direction as the lock bar. It's over some. On the Inkosis, he slid it off the lock bar. So just flip it over. If someone's trying to sell you an Inkosi, flip it over. And if it's like this, angled off the lock bar, it's an Inkosi. If it isn't, 25. Like I said, 2.75 inches, S35 VN steel. Yeah, the Inkosi, the big Inkosi has replaced the 25. They're not manufacturing 25s anymore. Oh, they're available all over the place. But as years go on, they'll be harder to find. I have a bunch of them. I love the 25s. That's the Inkosi, my special Blade HQ exclusive Inkosi number 10. That carbon fiber inlay. And then the third Chris Reeve Tilock that he's ever made. I thought the Tilock, I bought the original one, and I thought the Tilock was going to be just that. But you know what Chris Reeve did? That was 3 years ago. Chris Reeve has released a Tilock each and every year since. This is the third one. I don't own the first one. I'm sorry. I own the first one. I don't own the second one. I do have the third one. Every now and then I think about owning that second one, but they're kind of expensive, even for Chris Reeve knives. But so light. Chris Reeve teamed up with Grant and Gavin Hawk, very creative knife makers. Oh, they designed some crazy knives. And what they wanted to do is get all the lock stuff out of the handle. You see? This is real clear construction. So it's no frame lock, no liner lock. What they have is what they call the Tilock. Titanium on top. This is the lock right here. And so what it does, really, so you open it. Can you see the lugs right there? The lugs, the lock bar, the lugs go right in there. Nice snug fit, a real nice lockup. Really nice. The third one is all titanium. It has this stone. I love when I say I can't pronounce the stone, and then I get all these comments with them. I can write down the stone. I can look up what the name is and write it down. Hey, I have trouble pronouncing my name some days, okay? But the pattern is, again, it's called the Elemental, and the pattern on these full tie handles kind of represents the atomic structure. I love the fact that he stopped the paneling right under the clip so it doesn't screw up your pants. I really appreciate that, given I got my good work pants. What a nice knife. It is so light as well. 3.25 inches, S35 VN steel. That's Chris Reeve. Again, stretching, working with Grant and Gavin Hawk to come up with a knife that I bet you, unless you knew all about the Tilock, if I set this down and said, guess who made this? Chris Reeve probably wouldn't be your first answer. Unless I laid it down. Oh, man, unless I told you about it. That is the Elemental. It's so nice and light. I like this carry. It's a gray day. I'm carrying gray. There you have it. That's the pocket dump deconstruction for today. I'll be posting pictures of it on the Instagram at Keith Kevin Ken around noontime. Don't forget to thumb it up. Go crazy with the thumb ups. Trust me, man. That's what gives me my energy to do this every single day. It really does. And I'm so happy you guys have me doing this every single day so I can go through my collection, make some decisions. Thank you for that. Thank you for subscribing if you are a subscriber. If you haven't hit that subscription button, about 65% of you haven't done that yet. Just tap it. Once we hit 2,000 subscribers, we'll do a Spyderco giveaway. So that's the carry, and this is the knife that got away. You know, I started with the Insingo. Inkosi. Why do I keep saying Insingo? Because I want an Inkosi, small Inkosi Insingo with an Insingo blade. That would make me very happy. This, so I got that, and it reminded me of another Blade HQ exclusive that I bought in 2016. Have to keep remembering last year, not this year. Last year I bought it. And that's this. This is the Blade HQ Paramilitary 3 exclusive. No, seriously. I'm going to get my Para 3 tomorrow. So I'll be posting it on Instagram at Keith Kevin Ken. I'll do a special YouTube video with my first impressions of it. Can't wait to get it. 3-inch blade, paramilitary. You guys know I love my smaller knives. Man, I have purchased a lot of paramilitaries in 2016. Actually, the Para 3 made it under the wire. I bought it in 2016. So it's kind of the last of 2016, the first of 2017, and that's apropos for Spyderco to do it with a paramilitary. Of course, the compression lock, which is just great. The knives are butter with that. The compression lock is so strong as well. This Blade HQ exclusive, it's exclusive for two real reasons. One, it is a paramilitary 2 that we all are familiar with, but it has these natural G10 scales, which is just beautiful. You can see through them. See the skeletonized liners? Can you see that? See the compression lock? What makes the compression lock work? Just a wonderful knife. It just really is. And of course, it's a paramilitary too. Here's the second reason, probably the most important, is that it's Crucible's M4 steel. Yeah. I always mention that Gail Bradley was the first one for me from Spyderco to introduce M4. I know other makers had done M4, but for me it was through Spyderco. And then Spyderco in 2016 just went crazy. They opened up 2016 with two Mantras, Mantra and the Mantra 2, both with M4. And they released a lot of knives. Hey, check out my video. I have a video looking at all of the 2016 folding knives. Yeah, it's on this channel. Go check it out. Oh, it was an epic year. Oh, it took a deep bite out of my wallet, but it was worth it. Go check out all those knives, okay? That's it. You guys have a perfect day. Have a perfect year. All right? I'm serious. Just have a great year. Save some time for yourself today and every day. It just makes you better. You can't help your family, friends, or anyone else. Can't do great work unless you're right. You're feeling good about you. So feel good about you. It's okay to be selfish. Keep those pockets full. Goodbye.